Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're having a good weekend so far, and I hope you've got some good plans to hang out and barbecue and grill and remember why we celebrate today. For those that don't, happy 3-day weekend. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Frankie. Thank you for all being here on this Sunday. So I got a little poll up in the thing. What you would like to see done: backlog build, Q2 design, castle wall work, set, disassembly, and sort, because I've got a ton of stuff that I have to kind of get ready for Brick Rodeo. And of course, I think Beth's home. Maybe. Beth went to see a horror movie at like 8:30 this morning or something. So I think she may or may not be home. I'm not sure yet. She likes to go see horror movies, and she'll describe them to me, and I'll be like, yeah, that doesn't sound like anything I really want to do. But then sometimes I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun. So we'll go together. But we kind of pick and choose which movies we like and which movies we'll see by ourselves. So the set, disassembly, and sort I had up there because we've got old sets that were used as party or as prizes for and games for previous conventions that I need to. They're sort of like partially assembled, so I need to take them apart, get them ready. And then just general sorting. I've got a table full of stuff that I need to get rid of. So, but backlog build is there. I really don't have a ton. The biggest set I've got right now is this police helicopter set, and I know people have said that ACAB includes Lego, so I don't know what really I'm going to do with this other than maybe put it together and use it for parts. It's got like a funky play feature with like the spinning helicopter thing. I don't really know. It's just a zip pull thing, and the helicopter goes up. It's got a pretty cool cockpit piece right there. That's not too bad. It'd be fun to get that out of there. And a nice kind of cover piece right there. And the motorcycle is neat looking too. So we can do this. I'll give it a few more minutes. But it looks like that's what we're building. I have some smaller stuff, but I really don't know if I want to open it. I gotta scan that. Gotta scan these two. I've got like ornaments. I was saving that till Christmas. I was saving a couple of these things just to never open. I've got like some gift with purchases, the rocket, the tape deck, right? The camera, which I think I've put together once already and then put back in the box. I also have the Blacktron Cruiser, which I haven't decided if I wanted to build this yet or not. So, and I also have this gift with purchase Pirate Island thing. The rest of these are not super interesting or stuff that I kind of wanted to hang on to. I really don't have anything in the backlog other than this one set. So there you go. That's your option. So given that, please cast a vote in the chat. I'll give it a few more minutes. While we're doing that, I'll show you. I came up with an idea for my castle wall people. So this is where we are with the castle wall. I did some trees and some flowers, so it looks pretty. These are the trees are the stems from the cherry blossom set, which is a lot of fun to put together. You should do that. I'm going to put some green pieces over this so it holds them in place a little better. And then I just use some of these flowers to kind of, give it a little something. The guy and the boy and the girl over here, I think I'm just going to leave as is. I don't think I'm going to change the people in there, but I came up with an idea for what his job is going to be, and he's going to be a brewer. So this will be a little brewery hut, like a small-time brewery hut. Because I realized that I've got all these glasses in here. All these pint mugs with different types of colors in them to represent different kinds of drinks. And I got these a long time ago, and I've never really had anything to do with them. So I might get a few more people to add, and maybe like put some picnic tables or something around here. I got some. There's some other glasses that showed up, other types. So different types of beer represented by different glasses. You can see it's a mug of like, there's like a stout and a lager and like a amber, right? So this is super fun, and I got these. I forget who was doing them. I don't think it was Citizen Brick, but I think it was something like that. And I was gonna make a Lego version of the pub that we go, or the tap room we go to, and then these were gonna be hanging around. But I've never got to that point. Furiosa, huh? How was it? Was it good? I want to see it. My son's birthday is today, so if you could wish Greg a happy birthday. He's not here. Eclipse Graphics, that was it. So yeah, so this will be a brewery. I'll replace some of this. I'll put like little picnic benches and get a handful of people to sit over here with glasses, and I'll have like a little thing up here, and he'll have some of the barrels. I'll figure out a way to put the barrels having taps coming out of them, and then a little counter or something in front, with maybe some gold pieces and things if I can find it. But that's kind of where that is. And dogs at breweries is not a uncommon thing here in Austin. So that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I'll put these somewhere else maybe, if they're needed at all. But yeah, I thought that'd be fun. People in line here. I might get another person here to help him in the back. So we'll see how it goes. So it looks like we're doing a backlog build. Well, he's in San Marcos. He's home. He lives in a town south of Austin to go to school. So we went out with him last night. He wanted to go to an arcade as a 20-year-old. We went to this pinball place, and it was just a big arcade with a kind of a nice restaurant. A lot of beer on tap, full bar, semi good food, you know. So I just loaded a card up for him, and we played for a couple hours and had cupcakes, and we gave him his presents. I got him a hard drive he builds his own computer, so I gave him a new hard drive. So we'll work on this later. See if I can store this without mutilating it. I don't know if this will store well anymore now that I've got stuff added to it, but we'll see. Yeah, it'll just sit for now, like that. All right. So backlog build it is. I wish I had something Star Wars-y, but I don't. Oh. Well, I got a couple other things here. I've got an alligator, 3-in-1 alligator, which I've never done. I've got people outdoor pack. I've got the aforementioned police thing. And I've got... this is an Easter thing, and I think I've already built one of these, so this might be extra. I got one of those. I think I may just build that later. So, of these three, what are y'all thinking? Either of these? This really isn't a set to put together. This would be real quick. So either of these two would be good. I might actually take some of these people out and be like tourists. They're like tourists at a Ren Fair brewery thing. So that might be saved for later. So, of these two, the cops or the alligator? Plans for tonight, not with him. He's he may have his own plans for tonight, but it's Sunday, so it's kind of hard to. And some people don't have tomorrow off. We may not even have plans tonight. I think we're usually hang out to watch Doctor Who with our friends. All right, we got one vote for the alligator. And then if there's time, maybe we'll take it back apart and build a snake or a frog. There's a dead fish here too. No plans for tonight, I don't think. Again, 3-day weekend. Barks for Beers is going on. So we tried to hit a place last night on the way down south, and it was a fun place. It was fine. Beth didn't drink, but I had a couple beers. And then we went back to friend's house to watch the Austin FC versus San Jose. And we just cannot beat San Jose, but we got a draw out of it, so it was fine. But up real late and woke up with a sinus headache, so fun times. And then tomorrow will probably be some yard work and then sorting through. We got our lug bulk in, so I'll probably be sorting through that. Just going through to make sure everything arrived okay, and if it looks like there may be any shortages, things like that. So, all right. Well, let's start with the alligator. I forgot I had this. This would be a good chill morning set to work on. And we'll come back to the A-cab set later. So go ahead and end the poll since we've already voted and it's already 15 minutes in. All right. You can tell that this sits over in an area that doesn't get swept much because of all the little giffies and things. And I don't know why I have so many pens over here, but I have a lot of pens. Oh, and I have a razor blade. That'll help. I had a knife. I had a box cutter, and this was a replacement blade for it. And I don't know where the box cutter is now, but I have the blade. So keep that up here to cut boxes. So how is everyone doing? How's your 3-day weekend going so far? Do you have any plans? Are you going to grill anything? You got family coming over for a long weekend at all? So these are not the new instructions at all. They do not have barcodes on them or QR codes. So there's your frog instruction book. This is all immediately getting thrown away. There's your snake, and here's your alligator. Put these guys up here. The alligator's pretty hefty instruction, but we'll pull him up on oh, you know what I was gonna do real quick? Yeah, I don't know. I think they went through an identity crisis. Oh, I don't know why I'm recording. I was recording there for a hot second. Don't know what happened. I think they went through a bit of an identity crisis where they did that for a while, where you're like, the smaller boxes should be the push tabs. I'm going to do something real quick before I forget, and you guys are just going to have to bear with me. So a friend of mine, lug member, is going to it's not Denmark. Where is that company out of? Sweden? Netherlands. I think he's going to Netherlands, and I am doing a thing where he knows people who work at Guerrilla Games, the people who brought us several games, but most notably Horizon Zero Dawn. And he's like, hey, let me know, send me a link with all your stuff in it, your Horizon builds, and I'll show them to my friend and tell him to get them to the right people. And I'm like, really? So in my built folder now, I'm doing this thing where I put in the little video. I got the one shot, and then I've got the big shot of all of them, and then all the individual shots of all the machines. And I'm going to be cheeky. And put in this document too. And put it in here and see if they see it. So that is just, this is just my kind of fanfic look at what would be the third part of Horizon Zero Dawn. So I'm going to say, hey, have them look at that too, whether they're anyway, all right. What's up, Brett? How's it going, man? Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming by. We're going to build an alligator to start. So let me do the build with instructions, and this is set number 31121. Pull up. While we're looking at this, isn't that cute? I might get this set. Little baby Ankylosaurus. That's pretty cute. Some good colors in there, good pieces. I like these corner slopes. That's pretty cute. Whoops. I didn't want to close that. You saw an alligator yesterday. Were you in Louisiana? Oh, I guess you're in the Bay Area, kind of in outside of Beaumont and stuff anyway. There's probably some gators around there. Nothing else really new, looks like. Wicked sets are coming out, y'all. And I think I heard that... Here's your Fell Beast from Lord of the Rings. I think that's an older set. Oh, 3112. I like the Anki, but Friday is Bumblebee and Baradur. Oh, God. I still haven't got the SLS. Still haven't got Venator, and now I want to get Bumblebee. I think I'm just going to add I'm just going to start adding to a list and just keep an eye on sales and stuff like that, because I don't think I can keep up. Nope, I don't want the snake. I want the gator. One. There we go. So build with instruction. Window capture. Cool. All right. Well, still, yeah, that's good. And the SLS is, or the SRS is 250, right? So I could conceivably, for the next paycheck, I could get Bumblebee now, and the next paycheck get the SRS, and then in July, August, maybe if I save up a little bit. Beth wants to start saving again for the UK, so that's going to be, now that she's got a better job, that's going to be our primary attempt. But I'm hoping like birthday comes up and I get Lego money or something. I don't know. I've got a couple pretty big architecture sets that I'd like to sell, but I would get more in-store credit from Bricks and Minifigs, but they're never going to get a Venator, and they're never going to get an SRS. And if they do, they'll be years from now, and they'll be twice as much. What I really would like, and I don't really care, is like a pre-opened, put together once, taken back apart set. Don't really care. Doesn't have to be brand new. I would just take whatever kind of thing. But those are impossible to find. Those are like the unicorns of the Lego world. So, so for those who are a certain age, Beth just texted me from the movie theater and was like, they're doing a Crow reboot. I'm like, yep. And for those who weren't aware, Bill Skarsgård is going to be Eric the Crow in this new iteration. You got a little bird. It's going to sit in the gator's mouth. Clean his teeth. So I haven't seen a trailer or anything. I saw a production photo from it, and I'm like, yeah, I guess that's all right. Like, I'm not really looking forward to it because The Crow is one of my favorite movies and one of my favorite soundtracks. It was an amazing soundtrack. Well, I mean, there was only one story. There was only one book that James O'Barr did. I don't think he did like sequels or anything. Or continuations where they, they're like, yeah, this is the next part in the story of Eric Draven. Is it Eric? Something like that. I forget the name of the character. So I don't know. It's probably just a retelling. It's like the youth of today hasn't seen it, so we're going to redo it. It's like, but they could just go back and watch the original. I don't understand why you have to redo it. It's still there. It's still available. Rebooting The Lost Boys. Again, no reason. I think going forward, the only suitable reason to reboot something is if like the actors involved somehow were terrible people and you weren't really supposed to watch it anymore. Like, could we reboot The Usual Suspects? Because I feel bad watching The Usual Suspects. Could we reboot trying to think of another one. You get the idea. Hey, look, Bonefish. Fishbone. Anybody a fan of Fishbone? It's pretty cool. Alright. So when this set is done in like 20 minutes, what do you guys want to do? We're gonna go streaking! Picked up a new science fiction book called The Children of Time. It's a Arthur C. Clarke award-winning science fiction book. I think it came out about 5-6 years ago. I was at Half Price Books with a vague idea of a book that I wanted, and of course I get there and they don't have it. So then I'm just kind of stumped walking around going, well, that cover looks good. That cover looks good. And finally, I was like, let me just go find a list of like current, new, good science fiction books. And so I found a pretty good list, but every book I found the author, right, with another book, not the book that was described. I was like, okay, I'll come back. Maybe I'll stick with his author. Or it was like book 2 of 5, they had like the third part of the series, but not the first book. I'm like, well, I don't want to jump in. So I finally found one that was like, it's not part of a trilogy. It's not part of a 14 book Brandon Sanderson epic tale. It's just one book. And the author was widely regarded as pretty good. And the book won an award. So I'm just like, all right, I'll try that. And I'm really trying to get away from watching TikTok till I pass out in bed. Is really bad for my brain. So I'm trying to get back into reading. And it's slow going. You get a couple pages in and I'm like, oh God, I'm so tired. Trying to think of other news of stuff that's not like, there's some science news, there's some political news. They keep discovering new, like, black holes and galaxies and stars and fun things. So Brick Rodeo is happening apace. We've got about a month and, let's see, 5 days till that. A month and 10 days, so 40 days. Till Brick Rodeo happens, and I'll be glad that it's over, but getting ready for a thing like this is just such a huge thing that it kind of takes away from like the Lego-ness of the whole thing. It's like, yeah, we know you enjoy Lego, but this is basically about conference and meeting management and less about like actual Lego. It centers around Lego and people have a good time doing stuff like that, but so there's still a lot to get done. I'm going to be hosting a couple trivia nights at the event, so I need to get going on coming up with a couple rounds of trivia, one being sort of family friendly and one being a little, I wouldn't say risque, but we'll do a little more adult, so a little harder questions maybe. And then I'm also going to do a studio talk, so I got to figure out what to do with that. Probably be roughly the same thing I did last year. How to make a mock into something with instructions in studio. Oh, these are going to be great for later. Olive green. Cheese wedges. Good parts. Some good parts in here. Dark green 2x2 slope or 1x2 slopes. That's gonna be that dark green everything. Jumpers, 1x1 rounds. Good stuff. This will be fun to take apart and sort. I don't know why they would want to reboot the Human Centipede. I think that was sort of a one-off thing. I think not a joke, but sort of like, could we make this? If we do, would people watch it? Turns out they will, because humans are weird. Bad Boys 4. I saw a trailer for that. I'm like, I can't believe they're still doing this. I also wonder when Will Smith started filming that, if that was pre or post Oscars where he slapped Chris Rock. I'm wondering if people will go see it. I'm sure they will. We got our tickets to Wolverine and Deadpool already, happening in July. They went on sale a few days ago, and our friend was like, we're getting tickets. Do you guys want to go? Never mind, I got 4 tickets. We're like, okay, hope we can make that date. So it's like, better put it on a calendar now so I don't plan. So upcoming, I know that there will be a week, June 5th through the 10th, that I will not be doing anything. So in a couple weeks, I'm driving up to Colorado to see my mom. See if I can be of any help for a few days, help around the house, see if I can help clean things up, sort, move stuff, just kind of generally be a set of hands and a strong back ish. Her late husband, late stepdad, was a bit of a hoarder for engineering, mechanical stuff. He was a bit of a gearhead and a tinkerer, and I can appreciate that, being a Lego person. So I told her I would show up for a few days and help. Beth got a flight up there. for that weekend. So we're just gonna visit, help where we can. Maybe get set up some groceries, or I don't know. We're not gonna be able to do a ton um, while we're there for just a few days, but I can't. I'm with Brick Radio coming up and the building remodel. I can't be up there more than a few days because I'd have to arrange different things at work, and just I don't think it would work out. My boss said it'd be fine if I needed to do something like that, but what was you into in high schools? What was I into in high school? Lego. But I was secretly into Lego in high school because it was it was like being into model trains or something. Um, Depending on who you wanted. Because I was in high school, I was very impressionable. I think we all were. This is a kind of a good piece that you don't see too often. Um, the four wide underneath slope. It's very, very useful. Um, I was a bit of a follower in high school, and I would just do things because other people did them, and I thought, if I wanted to be cool, I should do those. There were times when I bucked that trend. Being in theater was one of those times. Being in choir was one of those times. And you really have to kind of go in knowing that you're going to be a little bit made fun of because you're in choir or you're in theater. But there were enough of us around and we were all supporting each other that I kind of didn't care. But I was a weird kid. I like rollerbladed. I listened to Information Society. I had my dress sense was all over the place. We were talking about this last night as Beth and I were driving home. We were listening to Paula Abdul, and I was like, half the time I was dressing like, I was in a hip hop dance video, and the other time I was dressing like Ali Sheedy from The Breakfast Club. Like I was all over the place. But what I was into was probably Star Wars, Lego, video games, academics, I really wasn't into much. Art, I took art classes. Looking back on it, I think I had the most fun in my physics class, and I wish I was better at math so I could have gone farther into physics because I really, really enjoyed learning about how the universe works and things like that, and then parlayed that into maybe astrophysics when I got older. That's a career path I kind of wish I would have taken, and I wish I was better with math. Geometry was fun. I liked geometry. I liked biology. I wasn't a huge fan of like English language arts kind of thing. It just felt kind of like busy work. Let's see what else. Music a little bit. Yeah, kind of that stuff. I had this awesome art teacher who basically I was kind of drawing comic booky anime style at the time. And she basically said, if you don't get out of that, you're really not going to go anywhere with your art. You got to broaden your perspectives a little bit. She was a terrible teacher, but made a good point. Yeah, I just wanted to get out of school so I could go home and play video games. That's kind of what I was doing. When I got into college, because I was in choir in high school, my choir director knew the choir director in at this state college in Denver. So I got to meet with him, and I auditioned and got in the choral group, and I got a scholarship for that. Which at the time my tuition was $800 and my scholarship was $500. All I had to do was come up with $300. Now I spend that on a Lego set. But back then, I'm like, I'm broke. I can't come up with $300. This is also 1991. So did that in college, and then after a while, so I did like musical theater, and um, choir, a couple different choirs, and then did like music theory, a couple music theory classes, a couple performance classes, a lot of drama classes. And then I kind of wanted to switch it to more art oriented. So I was like, all right, well, I'm really interested in this. Was literally be like kind of what college is for, like figuring out, not like going in, because I didn't take any AP classes in high school. I was still kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So then I switched it to, well, I want to take, maybe I want to be a computer graphics person or art in general. So I switched from music to art. And then I took a bunch of like beginning art classes, which I really didn't need, but you need for your degree. And then art history, art appreciation, design classes, a bunch of different studio art classes. Then I took some basic math classes so I could get into computer languages. So the first computer class that I took was for C plus or C. I think it was just C. And then an economics class, because that counted as a math class, but I failed out of that. And then just defaulted to like illustration, like art history with a focus on illustration. So I had like, because I switched majors halfway through, I had a ton of credits. Like I could have just graduated with like a communication degree and got a degree, right? But I was like, no, I want this degree. So I was like trying to find a place where I could do comic book artwork, and every studio in Denver was like, you need to do this, you need to do more work doing this. And, you know, they weren't really hiring because they already had a stable of artists. So they were looking for like internists and things. And they're like, intern for a couple of years. I'm like, but I won't get paid if I do that. They're like, yep, that's the industry. I'm like, dang, man. So then before I could graduate, I had to get a job. And so I got a job, and then I stopped going to school because I couldn't, the classes I was taking, I couldn't do in the evening. So I was just like, well, I need to pay rent. So I went to like 6 years of college and never got a degree. Fast forward to about 12 years ago or so, decided I want to go back to transfer as many credits as I could from the school up in Denver to Austin Community College. And they're like, well, before you can finish out your degree, you need to take a couple classes that are required for the state of Texas, including Texas history. I'm like, you're kidding me. So I had to take a Texas history class. And then a bunch of elective classes just to fill things out. Like, I had to take a humanities course. So I took like ethics, which was actually fascinating. I really liked that class. But I only took like 2 or 3 classes. Then I was like, you know what am I doing? Because I was like, the plan was maybe to get my 2-year done, enough credits to do that, and then roll that into maybe a 4-year degree at Texas State doing, but like an adult program where they knew that you would do it at night when you were working, but to do like art and communication. So like not graphic design really, but a design focused on like the focus being trying to get into doing motion graphics for television. That was a focus, right? I was like, I kind of want to do that. That seems fun. Like when you're watching sporting events and they've got all those motion graphics up there, I was like, that, I think that would be fun. Like being in a truck, having people design a bunch of stuff, having them programmed so people could use them last minute to put in, you know, information, highlighting players, highlighting data. That didn't go anywhere. Then I got into, you know, the whole time I'm working IT because that's kind of what I defaulted to. Just in general, you have a knowledge of computers. So, hey, you should work in IT. So got a handful of training bits here and there. Never really got a like a Cisco certification or anything like that. And training's hilarious because it's like you work all this time and then you train for something that's good for about 2 years, and then you got to retrain. Because the software is always changing, the operating systems are always changing, the hardware that everything's built on is always changing. All the layers in between hardware and software are always updating and changing. And I envy the people who we talk to kind of on a daily basis, our vendors who are laser focused on one thing, right? They're really good at one thing. And that's why we pay them money to help us set that up. But I'm like, and then they're like, well, you just, when it comes down to needing to do whatever work this is, just get your whatever team to do it for you. They'll know what it is. I'm like, we're a team of like 4 people. I have to know like a quarter of all the tech stuff in the group. So help me get it set up. Teach me how to like implement it. Teach me where to find resources in case I need anything. And then honestly, I'm not going to be working on this again for probably 2 years until either something breaks, in which case I open a ticket with you guys, or we have to migrate to something else, in which case I haven't needed to learn anything. So that's kind of like how my whole career has been. It's just been like learn enough of the stuff that you're working on to make sure it works for the company. And then that's it. But academics, man, I really wish, like, I'm kind of jealous of my kids being able to, especially the oldest, going to grad school now and having a laser focus and really enjoying what they're doing and getting a government job, on top of it. It's kind of impressive. But that's what parenting should be, is like, I'm going to try to make it so you can have better than I did. And I think both me and their moms, especially their moms, have done really well in that aspect. And hopefully they get out of it a meaningful life. That's all you ask for. And as someone who's doing the live stream building a Lego alligator, I really don't think that my life is all that bad. So the fact that I didn't graduate college, don't care. I'd take crash courses on YouTube, man. Sometimes I wish I would have stuck with art more, but I feel like if the bohemian lifestyle doesn't bother you, if you don't mind like not knowing where you're going to get rent or pay your bills or get groceries, and you want to be an artist, then that's great. But I'm like, I need to be able to pay for someplace to live, and my art ain't doing it. And I feel like right about the time I was making a decision to either quit my job and try to get into comics full time is when we had kids. I'm like, well, can't do that now. Got to keep this sucky IT job for the rest of my life, which is fine. I made a stab at comics. I, went to Comic Cons and brought my portfolio and showed the editors and whatnot. And I've, sent submission material to all the big editors and publishers. And all the small ones, all the local ones, and never really heard back. So, but I also wasn't doing it 10 hours a day every day. Like, I was doing it a couple hours a day because I was working. So I couldn't really notice an improvement on myself, which means I don't think they were able to see it either. Hi, how was your movie?
It was fun. I mean,
it was fun for a horror movie?
Stalker, killer movie.
Nice. Well, welcome home. You gonna rush and get ready for your massage?
It's not till 1, but I'm gonna take a shower.
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, a couple people. Got Johnny, Greg, Brett was on earlier. Missy, no, this dude from Houston area, Baytown, Beaumont area. Yep, just sitting here building an alligator.
As you do on a Sunday morning.
Right, can't complain about life. Hey, are we doing anything with Dan and Dara tonight?
I don't know. What next?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to. We can chill. But we should try to catch up with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Johnny says he's still here too, and he's working on stuff.
Hi, Johnny.
Beth says hello. Yeah, I saw a picture that Frankie, who was on here earlier, sent me. They've got this big room. And he's telling me they just got a big new TV, and they have it on the wall. And it's their kind of Lego workroom. And he sent me a picture of the stream. He was rewatching the stream later, and he's like, "Yeah, it's funny. It's this giant TV, and every time you start, it's just your face in the screen because you're like, hey, welcome, whatever." And he's like, "Your head's like this big." I'm like, I don't need to know that. One second. The family text is wishing Greg happy birthday. Yeah, we should be done with this in about 20 minutes. I'll figure something else out. Something else to do. And then I think I might go do some disassembly if that's all right with y'all. We'll do a set, and then I'm just gonna grab bags of things and like making sure they're all taken apart because they need to be for the games and the events, and I want to be as helpful as possible. Ooh, dark green little 1x1 round bricks. Nice. It's a good piece. Or we could do barks for beers with them if they want. If they're up, like whatever they want to do. Or whatever you want to do. Okay. And some tan ones of these. And dark green 2x2 curved slopes. Some solid pieces in this set. If you haven't got this set, I would recommend it. Looks like it's got some fun, good pieces in it. So does everybody have tomorrow off, or I know Beth doesn't. Beth doesn't. Mental health never sleeps, says the Beth. Uh-oh, ×2. Didn't see that up here. ×2. I never see that this little section right here. What are you working on, Johnny? Oh, you get bank holidays. Yeah, that's good. Missy's got tomorrow off. Cool, cool, cool. I have tomorrow off as well. And other than yard work, I don't have any plans, really. Oh, I do have plans. I'm going through our lug bulk. Looking for specific pieces to get to one of our guys early because I think they're going to be using it for stuff. We got our lug bulk pretty fast, considering. Like most years, we don't get it till maybe July or even October sometimes. So this was kind of a nice surprise. I wish they'd label the boxes better because I wanted to be able to kind of go through the list, the packing list, and go through each box and just say, yep, got that, whatever. But it doesn't, it's not sorted like that. So I just got to open each box. And the hardest part is the boxes themselves. The hardest parts are the boxes themselves. They are those like boxes that kind of fold into each other, kind of, right? And then they've taped around the edges. So instead of just like a box opening like that, it's got these flaps. And the tapes, first of all, the tape is that tape with the cords in it. And then there are flaps on top of it. So they all survived. It was shipped very well. Last time we got a delivery, it was not shipped very well. It was like holes were in the bottom corner and stuff was falling out and it was bad. But this time it was brilliant. It was really good. I almost feel like commenting on it saying, hey, we got our shipment really well. The only downside was I got 1 box one day and 6 boxes the next day. I'm like, I don't know how to be home from work if you're going to split this up over 2 days. You can lay down. Go ahead. Cozy little dog and a cozy little dog bed. That's what that's for. No. Super sweet. So Austin FC did not win last night, but they did not lose. They were playing like you all care, but I'm telling you anyway because I need stuff to talk about. They played what is becoming kind of a rivalry because we just can't beat them. San Jose. Is it San Jose, really? Yeah, San Jose Earthquakes. And we beat them earlier this year. Like, it was a fantastic game, but before that, they had our number. It was either a draw or a loss. So the fact that we got a draw in their on their pitch was a good thing. And we didn't look like we played all that well either, so I'm kind of glad we got out of it with a tie. Still smarting over the Avs being knocked out of the playoffs. There's lots of news around the team. Specifically about the captain, Landeskog, who's been out with like hip surgery, knee surgery, something. He's been out forever, and there was thinking that he'd be back for the playoffs, but now it looks like he may not even be back before December of the next season. And they're still paying him, and he's still under contract, so they're going to keep his contract, as well as another player who kind of violated his player assistance program agreement. Uh-oh. Screwed that up. So people are kind of not happy about that, but we'll see. If they make no changes, they're still going to be a contending team next year. But if they have any ideas of winning the cup, I think they're going to need a more solid goaltender and have the goaltender that's in there now be the backup. Because the goaltender they have now is kind of a streaky, not always good goaltender. So it'd be great if he was a backup, but whatever. That's all done. All right, bag 3. I know sports isn't a huge topic of conversation, but so we have a lot of last minute submissions to Brick Radio for mocks. if you plan on ever attending a convention, do your convention organizers a favor and register your mock early. They have to, not widely known, but they have to clear a floor plan with a fire marshal in order to kind of accreditate or qualify the event before it opens. Like we can't open without the sign off of the fire marshal. And in order to do that, you need a layout of the event. So if people are last minute, like I've got this giant mock that I'm bringing, by the way, and I'm waiting till the day before the deadline to submit it. Now, yes, there's a deadline. Yes, it's fine if you submit before the deadline. So it doesn't matter if you submit the first day it's open or the penultimate day. It's still within the realm. But it's just better for everybody if you do it early. So if you're ever attending a convention and you're bringing a mock, just make sure to get that in early. Even if you don't know how big it's going to be, just put something in there. A lot of times they'll be like, even if it's not finished, just give us an idea of how big it's going to be. That way we can make room for it. And I'll form the head. That's what this whole thing is going to be, is this giant head. Oh, I'll tell you what, this headache is not going away. I thought equal parts coffee and copious amounts of water would do it, but that doesn't seem to be the case, now does it? Maybe a nap. It is a great set. Dinotherm's connected. Aw, our guy has a snaggletooth. So the front two teeth are the lopsided pair of teeth. He got a snaggletooth. I thought you said if you ever go into a convention and bring your mom, make sure to register your mom ahead of time, because they need to know how many moms are going to be there, or else the fire marshal won't qualify the event. That's funny. Can you just see like you having to talk to your mom about that? Mom, I'm sorry. I have to get your dimensions. How tall are you again? How much do you weigh? How old are you? All the things you want to ask your mom. Because if we don't, there may not be room for you there. And there's going to be last minute additional moms. And if they have to not allow some moms in, they will. Because they have to make room for the really big moms. Some of the smaller moms, the kids moms and the art moms, they can't really get in there. She's like, what? What are you talking about? And then bring in like a glue gun or something and say it's a microchip gun. You're like, hold still. This won't take a second. I just have to register you. Get away from me. That's funny. I like that. Pretty good mouth so far. I'm liking how it's coming together. Got some snot brick action going on. That side. Over there. Looking good. And then you have mom categories to vote on. Best space mom, best fan favorite mom. What else? Pop culture mom, military mom, collaborative mom. Ooh, a collaborative mom. I wonder what that's all about. That doesn't sound weird at all. See, here's an additional piece that you didn't need. These two steps right here, you can't really see, but it's one little tile, 1x1 tile, one pie-shaped tile, or two pie-shaped tiles, and then the next step is one more pie-shaped tile. Like, just put all three of them right there. We're smart enough to figure that out. I think you guys are just making work for the instructions team at this point. So you can justify their pay. Moms of note. Have a moms of note category. I dig this song. Funky. Good times, good times. I need to figure out something, and this may come from my brick road lug bulk. I forgot what I ordered for lug bulk. But I need to come up with a handful of little builds or pieces and maybe some stickers printed out that are like, and then when I walk around looking at people's mocks, I can leave them not as awards, but like recognition, like I really liked your mock kind of thing. I like it when fans do that. So I want to try to do that this year. I just don't know exactly what to do. And of course I still have a month, so I mean, I've still got time if I want to come up with something and order parts from Bricklink or something. As an example, Josh had a little basket with bones in it, and he little note that said "No bones about it. I really like this mock" or something. It was clever. Maybe a little rocket ship or something says this mock is out of this world. Well, I can tell you. Do you want to look? Well, you can look. You've got the spreadsheet. I also realized it's probably not a good idea to do that on stream. So, forget I said anything. I'll look later for myself. Besides, we're going to sort in like a month. So, it won't be that bad. I can feel the phlegm starting. Yeah, I realize it's really only been a couple months instead of like 6 months since we did the ordering and picking and stuff, so probably not going to be that much of a surprise, but I think I remember some of the stuff I ordered. But yeah, once like 2 weeks goes by, I'm like, nah, I don't have any idea. I need to pay Lasso, though. That's what I need to do. In fact, I may do that this afternoon. Ooh, we had a rent increase. That's what I'm doing this afternoon. I have to change my automatic draft settings. We're renewing for another year. But we gotta $100 rent increase, which is fine. We're still paying, I think, really quite low compared to what other houses in the area are paying or could pay. So I don't really want to rock the boat. Yeah, I kept going through, and I think I probably didn't need to order as much as I did. And I don't. The problem that I usually run into with lug bulk is I get excited about getting new parts, and then I realize when I get the new parts, I don't have a use for them, so I just now have extra parts. And I don't think there's ever been a time where I've gone through a lug bulk order and said, "I'm really glad I ordered all these parts." And I could use them for this. So I'm like, half the time I'm forcing myself to use the parts for something because I'm like, well, I feel like I have to justify their use. There's been almost never where I have a project in mind and I order parts off lug bulk for it. I say almost never because there's been a couple times where I was like, yeah, I could use that. I missed that step. So not never, but at least I remember to do the order this year. What a terrible, terrible. I felt so bad about that. But everybody's really nice. They're like, look, if we don't have to spend $250, $300 on, 1 year for Lego, that's not going to be the worst thing that happens. My problem usually is I know of a piece that or a part that I could use, but it's pretty common. I'm just running low, and when I make that a common part nomination, nobody ever picks it, and it doesn't. You don't really get a good discount on anyway. It's like at most it's like 50% of what you get from Bricklink. I did, but I mean, it's really not that hard to like fill out a form one day. I just forgot. But yeah, a lot going on then. Less so this time around. Like the little nose, you can see the nose, those little cheese wedges. That's cute. I like. Oh, I just remembered. Today was supposed to be. I was gonna do a Frostclaw design. Totally didn't think about that till just now. I think because this was. I was gonna try to sneak in some, hey, let's take some of these apart. It'll be a fun stream kind of thing that I just forgot about doing design work. And I also don't want to forget that still doing Q2. I got to keep on that or else it's never gonna get done. I need to find some downtime to actually work on that. Because I can't always work on it on stream. I need to work on it just whenever I have free time and get back into that habit. I do like when they do this with eyes sometimes, where they'll do like a bar inside of the open stud holes to color something like that. That's something I never think about when I'm doing mock designs, is like coloring the inside of a open stud like that. It's a great tip, great trick. So keep that in mind if you're ever in need of a small spot of color. All right, we're about done. We got 45 minutes. These are all going to be extra pieces. Attach it, attach it. Okay, there's your alligator. Alligator. Not much to it. This is a fish. This is a bone fish. You got a little bird, and the bird can go like that in his mouth. That's why that stud's there. It's pretty cute to peck at the teeth. The head is really great. The arms look good. They're pretty mobile. I don't know how much they stay up. With the weight of the body, but they seem to hold up pretty well. I wish I would have opened the set previously because I could use some of these pieces for my Zero Dawn guys. But yeah, you can see these mixel joints are great, but they have a limit on weight. And if you disturb it all collapses. But you can see you can get some things in there. And it's got a little bit of give for the body, so it can, you know, it can be sort of curl around. This is pretty nice, but again, this is a good source of parts. There's all these olive green cheese wedges, a lot of dark green slopes right here, dark green plates. You got a lot of tan inverted slope pieces there, so that's fun. Good set. I will look forward to taking this apart. Yeah, so I'm going to go grab a few things. Give me 1 second. So this was from an old convention that shall not be named. This guy up here. In like conventions, you do Lego conventions anyway. You do games, blind builds, boxless builds, and builds where you have to have somebody tell you how to build it. And the like. So we've got all these sets, these 3-in-1 sets, that are mostly done already, but I think they built this semi. You can see, like, some people got most of the way through. So I'm going through and I'm going to try to take all these apart, so that you have a bag and instructions, and it's going to take a while, but it gives me something to do. All that to say is the fun part of the stream is over. Feel free to bounce. I think, I don't know if anybody else is streaming right now. Hive might be streaming. I don't know. Hard to say. So yeah, this is just a little 3-in-1 set. These are kind of, I don't know if you've ever done these before. These are fun. Little tractor. Actually, I should back up because that's where the big wheels go, like that. It's good. And then the other one's another different semi with some sort of trailer or something on it. So this person looks like they finished it. So I'm going to take all these apart, keep them in the bag, put them back in here. We should have about 13 of those. So this is the super chill part where we have philosophical discussions about things now. Well, let's look up. Can we do a split screen? Build with instructions. Let's do this. Oh, I got an idea. Well, because you guys don't need to see this. This is just for me. Take this apart. But what we can do is we can have something up here. Where's that? Let's look at some news. Is there any cool make it a new scene? I don't know what this is. That's the same thing. Window capture. Hide that. Okay. I was just seeing if there's new stuff on any new things to talk about. So there's a review of Barad-dûr. I don't know if we've all got plans on getting Barad-dûr. I know Bumblebee's coming out. You know what? I haven't even seen what Bumblebee looks like yet. Do we not know what Bumblebee looks like yet? He's coming out 5 days from now. We don't have an image. That's really good. Like, that's good work by the leak team, the media team, if we don't have an image of that. Bumblebee, is there like articles? Minifigs, news. That's really great. So here's something from a couple years ago. That's just Prime. So that's really good, man. Stickers versus prints. That's not news. So here's Dinosaur Discovery. That's a great Stegosaurus. I don't think I've seen a really good Stegosaurus before. Is this just dinosaurs or is it part of Jurassic World? It's just dinosaurs. I think that's the beautiful part of like dinosaurs is it doesn't have to be part of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. It just can be dinosaurs. These are lacking studs. I think that's part of the common problem is they were just saying that. So there's nothing on here you can attach anything to. Even the little baby one's got one stud you can put stuff. So cool, yeah. Some minifigs, nothing really great. I like this hair. That's one of my favorite hair pieces, though. Stegosaurus. That's a good print. Little baby raptor. Nothing really else with the set. Cool, cool, cool. This one's still like I think I'm gonna try to get this. For these, do we remember if you have to put the tires on as well as the wheels, or do they come pre-made? What set number is this? This is 310. Let's look this up. So I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So yeah, there's several versions of this you can do. Let's do parts. It looks like the wheels come separately. Yep, you gotta put the wheels together. All right, cool. Whoops. Can't go back. But the page underneath it is gone. That's really sucky. I don't know what happened. So try to take these parts apart. Yeah, so baby Ankylosaurus is pretty good. I like that a lot. I like the color. Like these big brown eyes. That's pretty cute. Stigmalock Dinosaur Escape. There's going to be a lot more of these 4+ dinosaur sets. By the looks of it. Fossil. Oh, that was another. I'm not sure why I didn't get this. This looks pretty cool, but this is a Jurassic Park set, so it's one of those that's probably more expensive than I want it to be. Let's see if we can guess it. Oh, it's right there. $40. For how many pieces? Names, pieces. Oh, you know what? That's actually pretty good. $40 for 500 pieces for an IP, and it comes with a nice. I bet that's a sticker. Still looks pretty good. I wouldn't mind getting this set. Might go back and get that. Add that to the. I don't have a lot of dinosaur sets, but a buildable dinosaur like that, I would love to get this. 25 bucks. Yeah, I'll get this. 100%. Let's see what other news I may have missed. Random set of the day. Part. Still want to get that. Oh yeah, so I haven't seen a whole lot of figures or anything for this, but I think I read that they are going to be friends. They're going to be mini dolls, which does make sense. I don't know that that will hurt or help the set or the run. I think it'll be fine, but I don't know. Take this all off. So that's coming up October. Yeah. Review. Yeah, this bothers me because this comes if this is a gift with purchase, this Fell Beast, but it would work so well as just a set for Barad-dûr. But if you don't get it, if you don't get Barad-dûr, you can't get this, whatever. Anyway. Designer Insight. What has Niek van Slagmat? Thunder Raider. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's a cool set. I like the skids in the front. This is a Ninjago set, yes. I'm guessing from the ninja-like people. Did anybody get the Tuxedo Cat? Did anybody get this set? Curious if anybody got that. Tuxedo Cat is the 57th set. Oh, you know that when we get to 100, they're going to make a big deal about it. Tuxedo is not a term we use in the UK to describe black and white cats. I don't think we do either. I think we just call them black and white cat. I don't think I've ever heard anybody called a tuxedo cat. Have you guys? I only know one person who got this set, and it was Justin, who's an RFLM, so he gets it for review. Anyway, but I don't think anybody that I know just got the set. Interesting. I said more articles. Tri-Wizard Tournament. That doesn't look like the Tri-Wizard Tournament. That looks like a ship. Oh, the Arrival. Okay, so this is when all the people show up on their boats and carriages. Got it. Luke Skywalker X-Wing mechs. What are you guys' thoughts on the Star Wars mechs where they're like, it's an X-Wing, but it looks like a mech suit? I think that's too much. I feel like that's a lot of mashing together of things. Because it's Star Wars, then it's kind of a microfighter looking thing, but then it's also it's also a mech. And it looks like it could transform. So I don't know. Yeah, it looks neat. I just don't know that I'd get it. Meanwhile, I have a bunch of birds. I still do have my giant tiger together, but I think that's because of its flower butthole. I just think that's hilarious. Also, I think it's hilarious that we think it's hilarious. Because we're just like that as American people. Mostly. What else is going on? Okay, so we're back to like the classic radio. I heard a great thing. I don't know if you guys saw that, where somebody said turn this into sound wave, so make it a transformer that turns into sound wave. I'm like, that would be, excuse me, that would be amazing. Oh, I heard a thing about the alien GWP being like completely sold out in places. People are kind of mad. I didn't get it. Oh, that reminds me. I want to do a price check. Don't need that page. Don't need that page. Don't need this for now. Yeah, we'll use this page. I want to check because I do this. It was the micro rocket launch pad. I check on the prices of this every once in a while, see if it's something I want to pull the trigger on. It's still $60 if I wanted one sealed. Oh, really? You do have one. Okay, cool. What do you find cool about it? Is it the build? Is it that it looks cool? Is it very playable? I just thought they always kind of like, I'm thinking also of like the Marvel ones. There's a Wolverine and a Spider-Man, you know, those kind of mech suits. They just look goofy to me. I don't know. That just may be me. Minions Music Party Bus, Notre Dame. We saw this a couple weeks ago. I haven't really taken a good look at it. It looks nice. Oh, this gives you any idea of the scale too. These are 4x4 dishes with the prints on them. That's nice. These are these like the wagon wheel pieces in tan. That's really cool. There's some news about the cathedral and the spire going back up. I have to read up on that. I'd be interested in knowing how they did this part in here. This looks like it's something that may attach inside. Yeah, I kind of know exactly how they did it already. Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. If you're into architecture, that'd be a set to get. 230 bucks though. For 4,000 pieces, that's actually pretty good piece to whatever ratio, but it's probably only about this big. So, you know, that big. But still, probably worth it if you like architecture and you like historical buildings. I know this isn't news. I'm just kind of going through. What's another site we can check? Does Eurobricks have a news thing? Like a blog? It's a new contest. It's a new train. Looks like a bunch of train stuff. This is all the activity on Eurobricks. This is all people doing mocks. These are some good mocks. Oh. The Modrian. I'll get it. Get it? That's clever. That's clever AF, boy. That's really neat. I would buy that. That's pretty cool. Ooh, look at all them gold pearl gold pieces. This feels familiar. Feels like Assassin's Creed almost. Nice. All right. So Eurobricks Brothers Brick. See if they've got any new news things. It's a mock. These are all mocks. That's pretty cool. They got a little thing in there. Ooh. Yeah, these are all okay. There we go. Boy, I've got 12 of these to do, and this is taking... Some are more put together than others. It's going to take a while to get all these taken apart. But that's why we get paid the big volunteer dollars. Oh, that's slick looking. Wow. That is amazing. Oh, I want 1,500 close-ups of this. Look at that. That's really, really nice. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm envious of the build skill. I love these guns too. What are these? I can't tell what pieces. Oh, you know what? This is a the clip, the wheel clip, and then I think it's got one of these bars. One of these bars. And then the 2 by my favorite piece, the 1 by 1 round piece. Together. Anyway, that looks really great. I love that. SD guns on the side of the original. You know what those are? I don't know what SD guns means. You take 2 tiny radar dishes. What are tiny radar dishes? These guys? These guys? These tiny radar dishes? And surround it with magnets? Star Destroyer. Oh. Oh! Those are the magnet holders. I'm still trying to figure out how they fit those in. Because those aren't binoculars. Those are these pieces. I'll have to look at the instructions for the Star Destroyer. The ones that are like mini saucers. Fuck. What the absolute garbage. Get those stupid things out. Ones that are like mini saucers. They're like paddles. They're like this, but they're flat on the top. They're like this, but flat on the top. That's just a great technique. I love that. The magnet holders. I'll look that up later. Anyway, that's a really cool design. Got it. Okay. Yeah, just some really good build techniques in this. Nice. Just nice. Oh, and then of course I got rid of the whole page. What was that? Brothers brick. Rounded radar dish. Well, let's look it up. We got time. I want to know. So UCS Star Destroyer. The Super Star Destroyer? This one? Or the actual Star Destroyer? Like the Imperial 2. Let's look up Star Destroyer. That's not it. Yeah, this one. From 2022? No, before that. Yeah, this was 2 years ago. I thought there was another one before this. This one. Here we go. From 2007. Right? Okay, so let's see if we can get... Oh, this is going to be tricky. 44. Oh, look at these instructions. This is amazing. So I'm guessing this is going to be way down here. Oh, I see. Is that what you're talking about? The turbo lasers? This is a whole huge section. Like that? Along the side frame. Okay. Which I think would be later after you get it all set together. Ah, these. Okay. So yeah. Oh, those are earlier on. Much earlier on. Aha. Lagaso. So it's got the little pneumatic T-square, a couple dishes, a couple binoculars. Oh, this is a friction build too. Those binoculars must come right out all the time if they get loose. But because they're being held in place by two Technic things, they probably are very tight. So comparatively, let's look that up. They do rotate though, right? Brothers brick. I want to go back to that and see if I can find that because I don't think that's what's going on, but we can look. Oh man, I wish this would have opened. Open in a new tab. Thank you. Can't get any closer now. Let's see if we get a closer look. Oh, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at those little shuttles. I mean, he's also got like stickers he's putting on this or prints or something. That's just amazing. I officially hate my life now. Like, I'm gonna leave this stream being really upset at like things that I'm doing in the world. Because I mean, look at this. At the point where you're printing stickers for your own models, wow. This is aspirational material right here. So let's look at this again. Stupid Flickr and its ads. Yeah, because these aren't 100% lined up. And they are... I'm going to go see if I can get this real quick. So this is the piece That's... This is the piece. So these are the old magnet. I don't know which camera's better. These are the old magnet pieces. The problem is these are very, the sides are very thin, and so you can't really put, I don't know where that piece went. You can't put one of these in it. I thought maybe that was it. Like it was going to be this little bar in here. I still think it's these two pieces, but I don't know how they're attaching. He's got something going on in here that's... They're slightly spaced out, and I don't know if it's because it's one other thing to go try. But I don't know how he gets that in there. Oh, I think I just sorted it. Can't really tell from the image, but so what I think is happening, I love problem solving like this. This is how I built most of my microfighters, is because there's a hole in the back of that, and you can put this on here like that. Okay, you get 3 of these, and you do this. And then you stick them in there like that. And then you just build around it. They're not completely independent, like they'll rotate differently, but that's how you do it. That's genius. That's so well done. That's really cool. I'm smacked of gob, as it were. So glad I figured out that's your new technique of the day. That's so baller. And then you could, like, a great way to do like the side guns too, right? Doesn't have to be like this. Like if you had a bunch of side guns on a Star Destroyer, they kind of look like this. The Mandator guns are kind of vertically set like that. Oh, so good. Damn it. Oh, anyway, so that's really good. Oh, that's fun. New Jeddah thing. That would be a good diorama to get from the set. Yes, I agree to the cookies. Ooh. Pokemon. I think there's a lot of people kind of frustrated that they don't get Pokemon in Lego, but I think it's the same type of person who's also mad like me that we don't get Star Trek. But what are you going to do? Just don't have the licenses for it. Oh, that's nifty. Somebody got a lot of Koopa shells. Made a dragon. There you go. Johnny, this feels like it's up your alley. You get what looks like probably about 30 Koopas. How many do you get in each set? Oh, that's cool. With the handle. Oh, nice. Rome. I want to be able to click on this and see a bigger picture. Oh my good gracious. That is really, really incredible. Maybe I shouldn't be looking at this. I feel like a hack now. Looking at these builds. See, now... How do you get those hands to do that? I like how these are like hairpins or something with gems in them that just kind of stick up there. That's pretty groovy. How do you... That's two overlapping hands. But I don't know how they overlap. Like, they shouldn't be able to do that. I have a feeling somebody cut and glued something together here. Because I don't think that works. But anyway, these are all amazing. So much dark orange. Can you imagine? Like, I know we had a lot of dark orange in the Mars base for the plates, but can you imagine getting all this? I don't think some of these pieces exist. Like, I don't think dark orange grills exist. They must. That's just amazing. Oh, hate. That's really good. Oh, nice. World War II mashups. That's pretty cool. All right, y'all. I'm done taking this guy apart for now. I'm going to work on getting the rest of these taken apart, as well as sorting some lug bulk on my own time. Yeah, did those sloped vents come in dark orange? I didn't think they did, but maybe they do. I would assume they're very expensive, or that was part of like a project support order where they just were like, yeah, you know what? We need a bunch of these and they're expensive and we'll use them. So, so Thursday, I'll be back Thursday, and I think we'll do either a frost claw. We'll start with the frost claw design, or honestly, back to Q2. I know it's not hugely popular, but they do exist. Okay, cool. But yeah, one of those two we'll do Thursday. So I hope you have a really good rest of your week, and stay safe, build some Lego, have some barbecue, do something fun, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.